What's going on, everybody? Today I will be giving my prediction on Oregon State's schedule. I will be going through each of their games and I will predict which games I think they will win, and I will also predict which games I think they will lose. Oregon State will be in the Pac-2 and they have a deal going with the Mountain West, so they won't have a very tough schedule because of all the Mountain West teams they have to play. But there are some games on that schedule that I look forward to. But before I get into this video, let me remind you guys to like the video and also subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. And if you guys love college football, then you will love this channel because we upload daily college football content and we basically cover everything on this channel. So definitely consider subscribing. And also consider joining my Discord server down in the description below. But without further ado, let's get into the video. The Oregon State Beavers are kind of falling apart right in front of our eyes. They've had back-to-back seasons where they were ranked, but they just lost their head coach and lost a lot of their team, and they were left out of the conference realignment. And a lot of people do expect this team to be worse, and they got destroyed by Notre Dame in their bowl game, and it really showed how much this team lost, and they might struggle next season. But luckily they have a very easy schedule next season, so there's definitely a bunch of winnable games on that schedule. And the first game on their schedule will be against Idaho State. This should be an easy win for Oregon State. This should be a mismatch like any other FCS versus FBS team, and this Oregon State team should win this game very easily. And if there's one person that will keep this team at least average, then it is Damian Martinez at running back. And to be honest, I kind of forgot he was returning for this team. And this could really help this Oregon State team out. And the defense could be solid as well. And they should beat Idaho State at home, and I have them starting the season 1-0. Their next game is a road game against San Diego State. This should definitely be a decent test for this Oregon State team to start the season. And they should win this game. But this is a game that could help us learn more about this Oregon State team. San Diego State had a very bad offense this past season, so Oregon State should have a big advantage in this game, and they should be a lot better at the line of scrimmage. And this is probably like a 27-10 type of game. I think Oregon State will be good enough to win these games pretty easily against the bad group of 5 teams. Oregon State still has some talent on the team, and like I said, San Diego State is just a very bad team. So I have Oregon State winning this game on the road and moving to 2-0 on the season. Their next game will be their toughest game of the season. And isn't this odd, but they will be playing Oregon in the Civil War in their 3rd game of the season. I am glad that they are keeping this rivalry going, and I'm glad they found room on the schedule, but let's be real, this Oregon State team doesn't really stand a chance against Oregon. Oregon has taken that next step, while Oregon State has taken a step down. And it's unfortunate that Oregon State is losing so much because they had this program heading in the right direction, but I don't know what to expect from Oregon State anymore, and this should be a blowout loss for Oregon State. They do have this game on home, so maybe some crazy stuff happens, but I just don't see Oregon State really competing in this game at all. They couldn't compete last year with a pretty talented team, and now they just lost a lot of their talent, so this game could get ugly very quick, and I have Oregon State losing this game and moving to 2-1 on the season. Their next game is at home against Purdue, and this is kind of a 50-50 toss-up game for me. But I feel like Oregon State will want to bounce back from their loss against Oregon, and the fact that they have this game at home makes me think Oregon State gets the job done, and I think they will get a close win in this game. Purdue isn't that great, and they will be one of the Big Ten's worst teams next year. But they are still one of the tougher games on Oregon State's schedule, and I wouldn't say they're a terrible team. I'd say they're average, but Purdue has done decent in the transfer portal, so they could be a bit better. I really don't know, but I think this game could go either way. So I'm going to go with the home team, which is Oregon State, and I think Oregon State wins a close game. And I have them moving to 3-1 on the season, but I wouldn't be surprised if Purdue won this game either. Their next game is on the road against California. All the dates haven't been announced yet, but this game will be played in late October. And honestly, I really like this California team. They have a lot of talent returning, and I feel like they have a lot of upside heading into 2024. And I think California wins this game by around 10 points. Oregon State's defense will not be good enough to hang with that California offense, and this could be a high-scoring shootout, but I think California has a lot more talent. So I have Oregon State moving to 3-2 with a loss in this game. Their next game is at home against Washington State. This game will be played late November, and I do believe that this will be their last game on their schedule, but I could be wrong. Like I said, all the dates haven't been announced yet, and the schedule is all over the place, but this game will be played on November 26th. And I think Oregon State will be better than Washington State. Washington State lost their 2 best players on offense that basically carried the team, and Washington State will not be that great, and I think they will be a step below Oregon State. And I think Oregon State wins the game by 1 or 2 possessions. And it's hard to beat Oregon State in their home stadium as well, so that should definitely play a factor in this game. And I have Oregon State winning the Pac-2 championship and moving to 4-2 in this game. Yes, I just said Pac-2 championship. Isn't that funny? Their next game is on the road against Boise State, and I'm actually really high on this Boise State team heading into 2024. They had a very good end to the season. Despite losing their bowl game, they still managed to win the Mountain West. and 2024 will kind of be a reset for them with a new head coach and also a new quarterback, 5-star Malachi Nelson from USC. And I really like this Boise State defense. I consider this team a 12-team playoff contender, and I think they could definitely be the best team out of the group of 5. They've done a very good job on the transfer portal, and they have a lot of positives going forward for them. And I like Boise State to beat Oregon State in this game, and I think they will be too much for Oregon State. And this will be a tough road game for Oregon State, so I have Oregon State losing this game and moving to 4-3 on the season. Their next game will also be a pretty tough game, and they go on the road to play Air Force, and a lot of their tough games are on the road. But I think Oregon State gets the job done in this game and wins a tough road game. I think Oregon State will be good enough to play the physical type of game against Air Force, and Damian Martinez will run the ball well in this game. Air Force had a decent season last year, but they should go downhill from here. They had a lot of seniors last season, and I don't expect them to be that good next season. So I have Oregon State winning this game and moving to 5-3 on the season. Their next game is on the road against Nevada. This should be a pretty easy game for Oregon State. Nevada hasn't been great over the last few years or really in a long time. And like I said, Oregon State has a very easy schedule, so some of these games are almost guaranteed wins. It's hard to say anything about a team like Nevada because they haven't really done anything, and I think Oregon State wins this game easily and moves to 6-3 on the season. Their next game on the schedule is at home against Colorado State, and this could be a game where Oregon State could possibly be on upset alert because Colorado State can be a solid group of 5 team. They have their ups and downs, and sometimes they play really good football, but I don't know how Colorado State will do next year, but I don't think they will win this game. Colorado State went 5-7 in the Mountain West this past season, and I don't think that will cut it against Oregon State. They're just too inconsistent, and it's safer to pick Oregon State to win this game. But this could be a game that Oregon State possibly drops, but they do have this game at home, so it's unlikely, and I have Oregon State winning this game and moving to 7-3 on the season. Their next game is against San Jose State at home. San Jose State had a really good offense this past season, and they ended their season pretty well actually, finishing 7-5 in the regular season. They went on a 6-game win streak, but they lost to a pretty average Coastal Carolina team in their bowl game, and San Jose State should take a step back with the players they lost and the new coaching changes as well, and I think Oregon State wins this game and moves to 8-3 on the season. But this could be another tough game for Oregon State, and San Jose State could be a decent team in 2024, but we'll see what happens. But for my last game on the schedule, we have Oregon State playing at home against UNLV, and this could be a very fun game. UNLV should be a really solid football team, despite losing their quarterback who was very good. But they still have some talent returning, and they have done really good in the transfer portal and recruiting for being a small group of 5 school. And I think they could potentially be a dark horse to make the 12-team playoffs. I don't think UNLV is being talked about enough. They're kind of being overshadowed by Tulane, Boise State, and Memphis. And UNLV lost probably the best player on their team, but I still think UNLV will be good. And I think UNLV upsets Oregon State on the road in this game. I don't know if you consider it an upset, but playing in Oregon State's home field is tough to do. But I think Oregon State loses this game, and I have Oregon State finishing the regular season with an 8-4 record. I'd say 8-4 looks like a solid record for a team that lost a lot, but Oregon State is a little bit lucky that they will be playing Mountain West competition, and I think they will win more games because of the mediocre competition. But they do have a few tough games that should be interesting to see. So we'll see how they fare in those games, but I do think 8-4 is a realistic prediction for Oregon State football in 2024. And you guys let me know down in the comments below what you think Oregon State's record will be in 2024. But that's going to do it for the video. Be sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. And turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. And if you guys love college football, then you will love this channel, because we upload daily college football content, and we basically cover everything on this channel. So definitely consider subscribing. And also consider joining my Discord server down in the description below. But that's going to do it, guys, and peace out.